Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adrian Tejano. I'm the Director of the Transportation Department, and I currently I am a member of the Oklahoma Tribal Transportation Council, and Senator Bingman has appointed me to the Tribal Advisory Board to Oklahoma Department of Transportation, directly to the governor of the state. Now, let's go ahead next one. Just a short history of how the Transportation Department got started. We began in 1992. I wasn't here then with the IST. It was the International Service Transportation Act. It was started by the late George Wallace Jr. The focus of the program is to provide safe bridges and roadways for our tribal communities and tribal members. We service 8 counties in the former KCA reservation. In that time period, various miles of roadway, I'd have to say about 300 miles of roadway and 23 bridges made daily travel for tribal members less hazardous. I'd like to add a little bit more to that. Our goal is to give our tribal members a safe access to their allotments and to their property, which is very important, I believe, to each tribal member. Let's go to the next one. Our Department of Transportation began contracting with the BIA under Public Law 93-638. A number of projects were completed, and at the time we could do an administrative fee to that with that program, which would generate profits for the tribe. We were able to build a transportation building. Well, now it's the transit building, and but at this time we're not any longer under the 638 programs. We're currently funded by the Federal Highway Administration, and the programs that we worked under were the IST, T21, Safety Lou, MAP 21, and the current bill we're working under now is called the FAST Act. That is Fixing America's Surface Transportation Act. We've been under this for about 2 years now, and these are designed as 5-year programs. And these programs are designed by the Congressional Rulemakings Committee and with the help of the Federal Highway Administration. And there's certain things we can do and can't do, and whatever rules and regulations they make, it's my job and duty to abide by these rules and regulations. You have a question? Oh.
Those rules and regulations you're talking about, they only apply to the 638 programs and not to the gaming funds. Is that
no, ma'am? It's just to the new government-to-government program, which we're in now.
So it applies to all the money, whether it's
not
gaming?
The gaming, not
okay.
The gaming. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. I think we missed one. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and go to that one. This is one of the projects that we've done. I think this was done in late 15, and finished up in 16. This one was done over Post Oak Creek. I think it's southwest of Indiahoma, 3 or 4 miles.
Are one of the criteria selecting these roads, do you do like the number of traffic, or how are they selected? What's the criteria?
We do a traffic count on these roads. A lot of the roads that are out in the county don't get 20, 25 cars a week. We look for 50 cars a day. If we don't find a road that meets that criteria, then we'll take what the program says is a default. And the default allows us 50 miles, whether we get that many or not, which is a good thing for us. When this thing first started, our funds were generated by how many miles we had into our inventory. But we got so much static, so much flack from the northern tribes and the western tribes that were on reservations. They didn't think that we needed it because we don't have a reservation. Well, our governor politely wrote a letter to the Federal Highways saying that we do have it was a former KCA reservation, and the state still recognizes it, which allowed us to go ahead and generate the funds using county roads.
Yeah, because I know like that North Road that y'all did, which is within the town of Fletcher, there's really only one Comanche home on that road that y'all improved.
There's one Comanche home, but there's three other families live on that road. It's also a great access to the Little Washita Cemetery.
Well, not actually. It's, a mile away. You don't come out at it, but it's really King Road would have been better.
I think everybody uses the other road. King Road's getting so tore up.
Yeah, see, exactly. King Road's getting tore up, and you should have done that road.
I would have really been criticized for that because I happen to live on King Road.
Okay.
You see my point?
No, because, you wouldn't be basing it on the fact that you live there. And I would, now I know you live there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known. So you must think people know where you live.
That's one reason it hasn't been done.
All right, well.
Okay. This bridge was done over a low water crossing, which you had, everybody around here knows you can cross a low water crossing. You have to drive through the creek bed. And in high water, in rains, it's just not possible to go through it. So this bridge was done over the low water crossing on Post Oak Creek. And that top is what it looked like before. And that middle is during construction. And the last picture is after completion.
I mean, we've had a lot of floods in the past few years. I know last year was one of them. And the previous year, we had one during the Memorial Day weekend. And so a lot of those, they're just wooden bridges. I don't know what they're called. But, they don't really have any sides. A lot of those were in danger of being washed out. Have y'all replaced any of those that are near the allotments, or the ones that are actually by Indian homes?
Yes, we've done some. We don't replace them with the same kind of bridge that was there. We'll do them with the concrete culvert, which is not classified as a bridge if it's not over 40 feet long.
Oh, okay.
If it's under 40 foot, it's just a concrete culvert for drainage. But if it's 42, 43 feet, then we classify it as a bridge.
Do you have any monies that go on private native lands, trust land?
No, unfortunately, the Rules Making Committee says we can't use federal highway money or federal dollars on private property. Well, I was getting to that. Our budget for the CNG money is $240,000 a year, and we were fortunate enough to underspend or not use, turn back $90,000 of that. I see that.
Well, if we had known about it, you could have fixed my road. I've got a low water crossing that was put in like 1971 for the Comanche housing. And the boys that did it, one, I don't know who they are now, but he came through, he said, I'm surprised this is still here. I didn't think it would last for the first flood. But it's still there, but it's not going to last too many more years. That's what I'm trying to get at. We need assistance with these low water crossings over little creeks.
In your
I
driveways?
think you've been to my driveway before.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, see that low water crossing down there? It's cracking up all over the place. So it's going to eventually float away. And I
Okay.
won't have access to my house at all.
Okay, we can bring that up to Kyle when he gets up here.
To the housing, did you say?
Kyle.
Oh.
I have a question. Maybe you'll cover it later. I don't want to interrupt your presentation, but do you help on landlocked trust lands?
If it's not privately owned,
It's trust, but I mean, it's landlocked.
allotments,
Yes, allotment.
no, we can't do that because I live on an allotment, my grandpa's allotment, which has trickled down to me, and I can't use money on that.
But I mean, access into,
Well, yes, if we'll have to get with the counties, and the reason we do these G2G agreements is with the county, so when they get something designed, when we do the agreements, we ask the county to take care of the right-of-ways, utilities, and the design. So we improve the roads for them, basically, and the tribal members. I think they should pay for something.
yeah, so, but again, it might be based upon the criteria, whether you can do it or not, right? With the
Right.
county?
Right.
Thank you.
On our inventories, we have to do I like to call it a rolling inventory because we have to drive these roads. And some of them, we have to change the classifications on them. If it's a paved road and it get washed out and the county tears it all up and leaves it, we have to go through the process just for that 1 mile again to keep update on to the G2G program. And if we ever get ready to do it, then all this is already done. It makes it a lot easier, quicker. Okay, this is another picture of something we have done. This is a roadway in front of the new travel plaza, just off of exit 1, down on the Red River. You can see the first one there is during. Couple of pictures are during construction. The one on the lower right is after its completion project. We're pretty proud of what some of the things that we've done in this area to help our members. We also had a hand in on the new road down to the new casino in Ranlette, the big casino down there. We had a hand in that. It was an $8 million project. Our tribe put in $1 million. The other tribe put in $1 million, and the state came up with the $6 million on that program. So basically, we got a really $8 million road for $1 million. That's working together. 5 different entities were in on that road. Just a little bit of a short little deal here about how we go about getting these done. We have submitted a resolution to the KBC approval to add a bridge or road project to our TIP. Our TIP is our Transportation Improvement Plan. Once approved, another resolution is submitted to go into an intergovernmental agreement. Once the resolution's approved, and then we'll submit for an intergovernmental agreement to the county commissioners where bridge and road construction resides in. Once all signatures in the Comanche Nation DOT will submit a notice to proceed to the county so they can go ahead and do the work. The counties do most of the work on their roads. All we do for them is just pay for the materials. Like I said, they do the design and they do the utility relocations. So it puts a little something on them too. Let's go to the next one. Some of the couple of things that we want to try to do in 2017. We have a road we want to do out here. It goes out to our EPA program. You know, just heard from Brian a while ago on that. And there are going to be two other programs that's going to benefit from this roadway. We're also going to add a adjacent parking lot in the police department area, because they're always parking out there in the mud. And then we're going to repair the entranceway to the new program out there. What is the substance abuse program? I believe that's what it is. And this is going to help everybody. If I had to go out to the EPA for anything, I wait till it dries up before I go out there. There are going to be some new drainage structures out there to get the water away from the road. And another thing we have in mind is the Elder Center Nutrition parking lot. That I have been down there to see that, and that is in really bad shape. You can't walk without tripping because the concrete is going up, you know, shifting. We want to do that, and the canal there is very dangerous. We're going to put an abutment there which water comes up above it, and if it goes back down, it'll drain away from it. But we really hate to see somebody drive off in that canal. Someone could get hurt real bad there. Safety is the main issue in that project, and we're going to try to get that done in the latter part of the summer. Depends on what kind of help we get from our CBC. If they okay the resolutions, we can do these things. Okay? Any more questions? Thank you very much.